filed in Panama City Federal Court, or you know where?
Well, we're here in the Northern District. I can't tell you which whether it was Tallahassee, Pensacola, or Panama City that the various hearings were conducted, but it was a case filed in the Northern District of
Was
Florida.
the husband the beneficiary on the policy? Had this been a normal situation?
Well, he was certainly, there was litigation that he was contending he was entitled to be the beneficiary of the policy. The insurance company took a different point of view based upon the facts.
Have there been any kind of funeral arrangements arranged as of now?
None that have been publicly announced.
Is there any indication of how soon Sheriff McDaniel may have arrived at the scene before the other deputies arrived?
No, the sheriff and the other two deputies were right there, very close in time, just seconds apart.
3 separate vehicles?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the insurance company?
I couldn't tell you.
Mr. Dennis?
Not off the top of my head. We can certainly try to get that
Your
information.
department has a memorial for all the officers. What number is this that your department's had killed in the line of duty?
Well, we've had 5 officers, 6 officers, 5 officers killed. This would be the 6th officer killed in the line of duty.
And since when?
Since the 1900s.
And is
The last deputy, I believe, was Deputy Beavis, which
Right,
would
that
have
was
been
22 years ago this
2
year.
years ago.
And was Miss McDaniel's counted? Is she in that?
Well, we certainly,
I mean,
I have to ask that y'all share these.
we certainly will consider her a very prominent employee at our agency.
And this is you say that one person was driving the car that followed Mrs. McDaniel into her home, right?
What I can tell you is that that's what Miss McDaniel reported, that she saw one individual. Now, obviously, we know there were 2 individuals there.
You're not sure if both were in the car?
Well, all I can tell you is that that's what she indicated to the sheriff, is that there was one individual in the car. Obviously, at some point, the second individual appeared, whether he was in the car and laying down or not visible to her, or was hiding there. And, you know, all of that is speculation on our part. We cannot tell you with the evidence to back it up.
What was the make of the car?
Ford Crown Vic.
Crown Vic.
It was a Crown Victoria, Ford Crown Victoria.
Color?
Tan colored.
Tan.
So tan Crown Vic?
Tan Ford Crown Victoria.
Are any officers on desk duty while you look at who shot?
I'm sorry.
Are any officers on desk duty or alternate duty while you're looking at this?
Obviously, this is a traumatic thing, and I'm confident that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office is taking all appropriate steps to make sure that these deputies get any assistance they may need to deal with what has been an incredibly tragic event. We also have sheriffs. Well, I can't comment exactly what administrative steps they are doing, but what I can tell you is that they are sensitive to that this has been a traumatic event, and that any appropriate counseling or services or whatever that need to be given to these deputies will be given.
Has the FBI been brought into this?
One more time.
Rumor has it FBI has been called into this, have they?
Don't believe your rumors.
I don't, that's what I'm asking.
They've called to offer their assistance.
Okay. Major Dennis, the officers who arrived with the sheriff, or shortly behind the sheriff, and fired the shots, are those officers continuing their regular duties right now, or have they been set to?
No, they will not be continuing their regular duties. They're on administrative leave here for a couple of 3 days until we kind of complete an investigation.
When does the sheriff remain under any kind of security, added security?
Well, I'll tell you what. This should be a wake-up call to every official that engages in the type of public service, public safety business that we engage in. We deal with people who have no hesitation in committing crimes like this. And so it's not just us, but it's our members of our family that are placed at risk because of the career choices we have made. And I think all of us have taken cause to pause in the last 23 hours to reflect upon what steps we can do to try to make our families safer. Because we all encounter individuals in our business that mean harm not only to us, but to members of our family. Unfortunately, that has been a very costly reminder to us because of the actions that have occurred here in Jackson County.
When was the last murder in Jackson County before these murders?
Maybe a month before. No, it hadn't been that long.
Yeah.
Week before in Cottondale.
It was a week. We had one in Cottondale a week before.
So is the crime rate on the rise in this town?
Well, the crime rate, whenever you're dealing with the small population that you're talking about in Jackson County, it doesn't take very many homicides for your crime rate to be going through the ceiling. If you're in someplace like Jacksonville, for example, they have more a day than we may have here in 6 months. So it's all based upon the size of your community. What I can tell you is that any murder in Jackson County is a significant event. It's not something that happens every day that we take lightly. It's something that goes against the character of this community. And so people pay attention because in this community, people know each other and they care about each other. And whenever we have one of their deputies that have been killed and the wife of the sheriff, this is not some stranger, abstract person that you may see in a larger community. This is their friend. This is our neighbor. This is something that we care very deeply about. So we have been moved by what's happened here in the last 23 hours. And it's not something that in other communities that may just be a blip on the news and go about your business the next day. It's something that people in this community and throughout this region are going to think about for some time.